I'm awful on the camera, man. Dude, I bet the first time I was on Trash Taste was actually when I was like on camera for real.
Was it really?
And then I had a fungal infection on my armpit, and it felt like it was a big giant like one that like on Reddit where you see someone like popping and all the white pus just flies out.
Yeah.
So at the time last Trash Taste when we're filming, I literally had that on my armpit, and it felt like someone stabbed me in the arm. Like it was that painful. Like I didn't want to be like.
Wait, did that happen mid-recording?
Yeah, when I was recording.
What the fuck?
I had like a giant fungal infection on my armpit.
I feel like this stuff only happens to you.
Yeah.
I talk to other people like, I've never heard of a fucking fungal infection.
Yeah, so it's your fault.
Okay, no, not my fault.
Your fault. I'm just kidding.
How is it my fault?
I'm kidding. But like, you brought us to Chiba, and he brought us to this like old Japanese house, right?
Yeah, okay.
And there was this German guy that was like
Polish
guy, and he was like the owner. I don't know, the owner. The Airbnb guy.
He was like looking after this Airbnb in the woods in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, his house was like across the street, and he would just like walk over.
He just came over and started drinking with us.
Yeah, he just started. And we're like, okay, we're being nice here. Would you like some drink? And he literally got shit faced.
He got blackout drunk.
Yeah.
At your Airbnb.
But how does that lead to the fungal?
Well, I'm getting there. Okay. So, anyways, I noticed something was off when I went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And there was like a piss layer of yellow around the rim, and I was like, okay. And then he had like the futons on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And my mistake. I decided to sleep in a tank top because it's comfortable. And that's my problem, is that I realized this guy doesn't clean his mattresses or his blankets or anything. I had my armpit, I was sleeping on my side, and it was exposed to this mattress.
Maybe I'm crazy. I'm pretty sure it was clean because I always sleep shirtless.
No. You know why I realized it wasn't clean?
How?
It's because when, you know how he's hungover the next day?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you guys gotta leave. The guest is coming in like 30 minutes. And I was like, how are you cleaning this place in 30 minutes? Like, there's no way.
I feel like I would notice if the sheets were used. I feel like you can just tell.
No, dude, you should have seen the toilet, man. Did you not see the toilet?
Yeah, but I'm like piss stains, whatever.
Dude, that was like years of like crust on it. What are you smoking, bro?
It's an old
This guy's
hat.
crazy.
Do you care about piss stains?
Okay,
I mean, in an Airbnb, yeah.
Riddle me this, Batman. Okay, riddle me this, Batman. I've lived for a long time. I've never had fungal infection on my armpit until that day.
You wore a tank top. I wore nothing. Why did I not get a fungal infection?
Well, everyone's skin's different. And like, what?
Riddle me this, Mr. Titus.
Also, I had a futon. You had the guest bedroom. You had the whole bed. You had a bed. I had a thing from the closet on the ground.
Of course, he took the fucking bed.
Of course.
That's the place. I get the fucking
Bro, this guy took like 20 minutes to get everything ready and cleaned up. How, bro?
Probably not.
Yeah, it's not clean. That's the problem.
You're right.
Yeah.
Damn.
Anyways, I had that fungal infection for a whole year.
I heard you went through a fucking mission to get it treated.
So every time I sweat, it would like come back.
Right.
So then I went to the Japanese doctors. Mm-hmm. Every time you go there, they go, ooh, that's gross. That looks bad. And then they're like, okay, here's the drugs. That's it. And every time I'm like, yo, what is this? Can you explain like what is this? And they go, I don't know. But here's some drugs for like, maybe it's this. Maybe it's this. Okay. Here you go. Here's your drug. Every single time I went to like 4 doctors. They all did the same thing. I mean, it's probably
The same NPC dialogue.
Yeah, but it's just like, oh, that looks bad. Okay, here's medicine. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, and I was like, so I found I had to do everything myself. So I went online on Amazon and I typed in dermatology, antifungal soap.
Yeah.
And I have to I still do this to this day. It's really annoying because it will slowly come back.
All right.
Well, I like twice a day, I rub it with the soap.
Yeah.
And then it stays dormant. And I'm like, okay, at least I figured out how to suppress this.
Stays dormant?
What the fuck? So you got like a permanent disease from this one thing?
No, fungal infection is just it's just there perma unless you do something.
What?
No, that can't be. Really?
No, it's true.
That
It's true.
can't be
Yeah. If you don't go to the doctor,
Unless you get it cut out or something.
No, you have to keep it dry. You have to kill the bacteria.
Oh, right.
So it senses an
mushroom.
armpit, right? It's always moist. I mean, if you sweat as much as I do.
For sure.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I never even
See,
heard
like
of-
if it left untreated, it
This
just.
sounds like a Victorian fucking disease. How the fuck did you get this?
I don't know, man. It was like it sucked, man. Like I was in the bathroom just popping. It was just blood and pus like everywhere, like spraying.
Damn.
Like I was seeing like some. Yeah, I think it's like r/popping or something. You know when they pop a giant wart.
Yeah.
I had
I
that
hate
experience.
that shit.
I had that
Oh, man.
experience.
I hate that shit so much.
It was so gross.
Why is the top search fungal infection,
Vaginal.
vaginal?
Yeah, they have that too because it's a wet, moist.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Yeah.
I've just
So-
never heard of one on the like the armpit.
Yeah, it feels like someone took a knife and stabbed me in the armpit.
Ugh.
And like when you're squeezing the pus out, like I'm like it hurts, it's painful, but I'm getting all
Sorry
this
if you're
out.
eating, by the way.
I'm getting all this out.
Oh, God.
Well, last time I
I
was
don't hear
here.
about pus anymore. No
Yeah.
more fucking pus.
I mean, last time I was here, we talked about poop. So
Poop's fine.
Yeah, we talk about
Everyone
poop.
poops.
Not everyone has a fucking fungal infection on their armpit.
I mean, some people like watching those popping videos. You know,
I
like
I am
them.
not
I
some
You like
people.
it? They
I
like
don't
them.
like
I-
it.
strangely
I don't like
satisfying.
You're
it.
sick.
Dude, do you watch them? Do you
You're
watch
just
them?
fucking disgusting.
You're
I
sick
don't
if you
actively
like.
look for them, but if like you know, I don't know, TikTok or something, you're like, okay, I'll stay.
That's because you went through like a
I'll
month
stay.
of having to do it yourself. So you're like,
I make my own content.
I had my own fill, so I think I'm
so
good on that.
nasty.
I think you're fucking nasty if you enjoy that shit. I don't
oh,
get it.
it is nasty, but it's so
It's like
satisfying.
cleansing.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
especially,
cleansing, right?
especially the most satisfying ones are like the ingrown hair ones.
Oh,
where it's like you
no.
pull it out and it just keeps coming and coming, and it's just
No, it's gross. Stop it.
Yeah,
it's so good.
What
It's
is
so
our
good.
entertainment anymore?
It's
Fuck.
Everything's quick now.
Everything's gross.
you just can't look away. You
I
can't
can
look away.
absolutely easily look away.
Or sometimes when they have like the blackheads, and some blackheads are so big that they leave like a massive
Crater?
hole, like a crater for a hole as like a for like the pore. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so good, man. That's so good. That's
It's so good. Peak content.
Peak content right there. Oh man,
Far
super
out.
satisfying.
Actually, I remember something now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To change the topic,
Please.
last time I was on, please. Last time I was on Trash Days.
Yeah.
I was like, I hated watching my episode. I like cringed so hard I couldn't. I couldn't even look. I don't know. That's just who I am, I guess.
You're so hypercritical on yourself, man.
I am.
man.
Well, every time I'm like on camera, like I feel like I get judged. Like it's either like, oh, you look better, you look pretty, or you look ugly. You're like, it's like everyone's like,
Bro,
talking
don't
about my
worry.
looks,
You
like,
could
all the time,
Bro,
man.
don't worry. You could be a
Don't worry,
fucking 10 out of 10 supermodel, and someone's gonna be like, you look like a potato. That's fine.
I know, but like,
There's no
it was
winning.
nice when you're like faceless and like that doesn't happen.
That's
you
true.
know?
Yeah.
But what was I saying?
You remembered something.
Yeah.
And now
Oh,
you-
actually, it relates to what I was talking about.
okay.
Yeah.
Like Moonon went up to me. This is during AX, and he's like, "Yeah, I know someone who has like ADHD, and like you have like symptoms of like ADHD." And I was like, "What? No, I don't." I was like, "You're bullshit. Like I don't have ADHD. Fuck you." And then I found out later. I was like, "Maybe I do have ADHD."
I always thought you knew you had ADHD.
Yeah, I think
I was in denial.
I had to say that. I thought
I was in denial.
Like from day one I met you, I was like,
Yeah.
this guy's ADHD.
I was in denial.
That is, I had to say it to you. I think you're the last person.
you know,
You were like bullshit.
It's like,
to me.
nah.
yeah. When I found out, I was just like, "There's no way." But like the more,
You were like, there's no way.
the more I thought about it, I was like, "Oh my god, my whole life just makes more sense."
Yeah.
like the schooling and everything.
Yeah.
Like when we do Japanese class like once a week, like Emily like excels so well, and I'm like I'm reading a sentence and like my brain just scrambles, and I was just like, "Oh." I was like, "Oh, it makes sense."
That's
like,
weird.
because I'm comparing to Emily and I'm
Yeah.
trying just as hard. I was like, okay, I probably have ADHD because like I'm thinking about other things. Like I'm thinking about not messing up, and when I think about not messing up, I mess,
You mess
up.
up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it just makes so much more sense. And I went to the doctor, Japanese doctors though.
Yeah.
They have me do questionnaires, and they're like, I don't exactly remember the questionnaires, but
They
someone
gave it back to you and like, ooh, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Here's some medicine.
They're like, do you ever know what day it is? And I'm like, no. Do you ever remember names? No. And then like she looked at it and she's like, yeah, you definitely like 200%. I don't even have to test you. You're like, you have it. And I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean,
I like it though.
I had the same awakening, I guess.
Awakening.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's just good to know.
Yeah, yeah.
About
So,
yourself.
You know,
right?
it's not. It's mine's even like because at least a mate told you that you probably have ADHD. For me, it was a fucking audience. I remember talking about this shit. I remember
you were like the model or something.
yeah. And you know, with fucking YouTube comments, Reddit comments, you're like, all right, most of the time they're just overanalyzing, psychoanalyzing, whatever. This was the one time where I remember reading a comment that just broke down all the symptoms. I'm just like, this sounds a little bit too specific to my life experiences and I was like, I should probably get that checked out.
Well, it's a double-edged sword because like there's so many armchair Andys.
I mean, for sure, yeah.
You obviously know in yourself, you're like, it would make, like, if you saw that comment, if Fagan, he saw it and was like, this actually does make a lot of sense for me personally. It's not like I'll see someone be like, Connor, we reckon you have 10 IQ. I'd be like, oh, you know, like I wouldn't, like, I would obviously be able to connect that with my personal, like, factors.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if they armchair. So whatever, just be lame.
You know, I think it's like, you know, it's fair, it's valid, it's whatever. Like they think whatever they think. But also, it is a double-edged sword because, like, I think labels are too labely nowadays. Like
Everyone wants a label. Everyone wants to be something.
Yeah, it's too labely, and like, there's always like one guy that's like, "Hey, I think you have autism." I'm like, "No, I know I don't have autism. Like, I know for sure I don't have autism. Like, I'm not gonna reply because I'm like,
it's like that's bait.
Right? It's just like, no, they genuinely think they're like, "Oh, you do these things." There was one time where I was like, "Oh, I feel like I get choked when I have like a crew neck on," and oh, that's an autism thing, and I was like,
"What?"
I was like, "No, but like ADHD is like, I don't know, it's almost there." Like,
Hey, you want this? You want a stim, bro? I've been.
Wait, is it a stimmer?
No,
how do you do this? Oh, there we go.
It's just twisting. I've been doing that this entire recording.
I'm stimming. Yeah. Which I found like a toy that I could get you that like it's a good magnet. It's like
okay. Yeah. Just ADHD things.
No, I mean, fidgeting obviously is nice because the act of fidgeting is quite fun.
Yeah. Oh, no. Well, look what you did.
But like, I don't need it.
Look what you did.
Yeah, right? Yeah, isn't it so satisfying?
Well, you always find the inanimate objects instead of like an actual toy.
I don't know.
You're like a cat. You could buy all these fucking things for a cat and they'll be like, spring on door.
Yeah. Did you ever talk about your belt buckle?
Yeah. I talked about my belt buckle.
Yeah, so like, you were like, oh, buy this belt. And I was like, okay, I bought the belt. It came with a belt buckle. And then when Gart told me that, I pulled it out of my closet. I started using it. I was like, oh, this feels so good. I was like, this is great. The resistance, the like, you know, the angle.
My nice ass belt that I bought you, Garn. He used it for a fucking fidget toy.
Dude, there's like this certain angle that's like perfect.
It is.
Oh, dude.
You fucking get it. These boys don't get it. They laugh at me because they should be used as a belt because it is a belt buckle, but holy shit, it is the perfect.
Angle perfect belt buckle.
Angle perfect.
The ball fondler.
Ball fondler because it
ball
looks
fondler.
like you're fondling
I never tried one of those.
It's the ball fondler.
That has a good weight to it.
Yeah, just fondle it. Fondle the
Fondle
balls.
the balls.
Okay, it's
like,
not-
like imagine you're fondling someone's balls.
Oh, it is I just, if I close my eyes.
Like you're fondling someone's balls.
Yeah. Wow, I could be an expert at this.
I hate being perceived as fidgeting. I feel like when you fidget, it looks like you're unfocused. So I hate-
it's
I hate
part of your
being-
personality. It's part of my personality.
But I know that, like, look, I it's like I don't care if someone fidgets, but I hate when someone's like, "Wow, you look like," I don't know. I feel like someone's perceiving me as being
Like they
a
judge
fidgeter.
you?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I don't fidget. I don't
Yeah.
know. I do like fidgeting.
Yeah.
but I don't need to fidget.
See, I need to fidget when it comes to like thinking. And I need to like unlearn this in school because I there was always this point where people just thought I wasn't paying attention, where I was like, if I'm like fidgeting, I'm paying attention more. Because I'm like, it's almost like I'm
Stimulates the
actively-
brain.
Yeah, I'm actively thinking and I'm actively processing.
I make a joke about that, like when I'm doing stuff and Emily notices, I go, I'm stimming. I'm stimming. I'm stimming. I'm stimming.
Yo, I'm stimming so
I'm stimming
hard.
right now. I'm stimming. I'm
I'm
stimming.
stimming.
This is funny because you know, like when you're like in the gamer comms and you're like, I'm going in. I got him. So I'm stimming. I'm stimming.
I'm stimming.
Hold up.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you know, I just feel like ADHD, it gets too like negative press. I personally like it. I know it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
I personally like it. Like I don't know. Like
it's part
you
of
get that superpower, and then you get that non-superpower. Then you get the opposite. You get the opposite. It's like highs
the
and lows.
fungal, and you get the ADHD.
Yeah.
You're giving you take. I think
You
it's
get the
because-
highs and lows.
I think because people just don't like the whole self-diagnosis stuff that goes online.
Yeah.
For real.
Where people
That
are
was
like,
me. That's why I was in denial. I was like,
Yeah, I think a lot of people just hate that, and I think that's fair.
because you can like wear the label a little too hard. Like,
Yeah, some
and
people do.
it's annoying. Like kind of being in that grip where you're like, it's because I have ADHD.
Yeah, it becomes your personality trait.
Yeah, which I don't want. I'm just me. You know, I'm
of course.
just me.
Yeah.
I think the correct way to think about it is just like it's something just to help you understand
yourself.
just how you process things and how you work. Some people I've seen online that, obviously self-diagnosis has become like a big thing where it's just
It's
like
so annoying. Actually,
yeah. And some people, I've seen use it just like as like a crux to be like, oh, sometimes not necessarily ADHD, but sometimes it's just like,
I get it though. Like, because sometimes I catch myself being like, oh, it's my ADHD. I'm like, I get it. Like, I don't know.
When,
with you, it's not surprising. We know.
I
we know.
preferred it before when I didn't know and I wasn't like, oh, it's my ADHD.
Yeah.
I think I had someone I worked with someone one time. I had a deadline for them, and they were like, sorry, I'll do it tomorrow. I got distracted with my ADHD. I was like,
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, what the fuck?
It shouldn't be
Set a fucking
It
deadline.
should not be an excuse.
Well, as a fucking deadline.
Oh,
What do you
yeah.
mean? I wouldn't have minded if they could I have another day. But the way they were like, sorry, it's my ADHD. I was like, what?
Yeah, just ask for another day.
Just tell me you need another day.
Yeah.
What is this reason? What is this? You just tell me you suck at time management. Which is fine too, but just get it done.
I do, yeah.
But just get like,
Yeah, speaking of that.
but you just got to know your own ability and to
Yeah.
work within that, right? If you know you suck at time management, ask for a little bit more time, right?
Yeah. That's fine.
Definitely need a calendar. I should
Calendar's
definitely
king,
do.
bro.
I think,
Calendar is king. Yeah.
definitely
I think for you it goes beyond a calendar, to be honest.
I think it's like doing working with people in America. It's literally impossible not to have a calendar because you need the one that syncs the times.
Yeah.
It's so confusing.
Yeah. Because especially with time zones as well.
You're like, I'll do it on my 19th. You're 18th. And they're like, wait, so like my 9th? No, you're 18th. What time is that for me? Well, actually daylight savings. So we got a -1 hour. It's so shit.
Yeah.
So I always use calendars sync up, or Discord has that, like the time
The
converter.
time
auto,
converter.
yeah.
I only found out about that like this
Oh,
month
dude, it
actually.
saved me so many problems using that. I'm like, this is the time. It'll be in your time. This is the time. No other time. Just this one. Look at it. That's the time we're meeting.